Hello everybody, this is Jack B1024 and welcome to episode 33 of our Dynamic Factorio Let's Play series. So in the last episode we got our red science delivery done and we got our green science base set up but not done yet, and we noticed that there was a few issues with the circuits that we had. We fixed them all. The issues were mainly actually over here. We were missing the 1 tick delay here, and we had an issue if 2 requests came 4 ticks away from each other. So we fixed all that up. We also fixed up the issue with, related to that, with a demand for iron plates and iron gears to a station of the number of about 5,000. But in doing that we actually got rid of the requests that we actually needed for iron plates to come to this station and iron plates and iron gears to come to this station. So I put them back in the meantime, and you notice that 294 million signal is still there, and it's there for the iron gears. I think they're actually a related thing. The iron gears signal was there when I tried to reset it. I did it slightly wrong, and that's what it led to it coming there. So for this episode, what are we going to do? I thought after the long episode we just had, what we'll do is we'll just sort everything out now that we've got all the circuits working as they should be. We'll just work everything out so that we can get green science being produced in our production facility over here and being shipped to our base. Which means we've got to fix up the few signals we have in here that have the wrong value. We have to fix up the few stations that have sent a request but the request has been dropped. So that's what we'll get on to doing. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to see if we can get rid of that 294 million. The easiest way actually to get rid of it, same way we did last episode, we will have, actually I need one more of them. There we go. So I'll have the output go to here, you go to a pulse generator, which goes to this one here. This will negate our pulse generator, so everything times -1, which is the same as what we actually put there. Everything greater than 0 we will output it, and this is our filter to only get the train destination. Hopefully it's gone. Okay, that's one of them gone. Some reason input signal is now a negative value of it. Okay, the reason why that is because there were actually multiple. If we flip it, yep, that should get rid of that. Why is this slide on? Anything's greater than 0. Oh, of course that light's on. What am I thinking? That light is always on. Let's just flip this around. I think... So got you go into a pulse generator and you go into this. Is this not set up correctly? Our pulse generator is not pulsing. That's what our issue is. That makes sense. I was thinking, how's that actually working set up? So if we connect that, that should get rid of it. There we go. Okay. What other signals do we need to get rid of? We need to get rid of that iron gear and the copper plates. So let's get rid of our iron gear. Our iron plates actually, and let's get rid of our iron plates. I believe that is this all cleaned up. Need a bunch more wires, but otherwise all of those values look perfectly fine to me. Supply looks fine, that's good. Okay, so the next thing we need to fix up is the issue I talked about at the end of last episode with the, at least what I believe to be the cause of the 294 million for the train destination. And that is the fact that our train destination wire over here is on the same line as what we have in the train. If we just change that from green to red, if we actually put that wire there, that should be all we need to do to fix that. So we just have to do that on all the stations over here, which there aren't actually all that many, so it's not too bad. Until I run into everything, as I'm bound to do many times. Now, thinking there wasn't actually enough room, I need to go around it. There are too many trees again. Just take off all those trees. Yep, so actually this is the one that we need to care about. There we go. That gives us only 2 more stations left to go. This one here. And our final station up here. Now if we still see destination 294 million, we know that wasn't the problem, but I believe that was the issue. Okay, the next thing is to figure out which stations have sent requests, but we've had to drop those requests. It's probably easier to do from the map mode. Also, we need to get this train fixed too. Okay. Is there currently a request for copper plates? No. I don't expect there to be a request for it. If I stop this train, will it send off a request? No, it doesn't. Strange, I thought it would have. What we'll do is we'll empty out this train, and then we'll send it on its way. Which one's you? And this one here. That's that train empty. We should be able to just send it back to the waiting bay. Hopefully. I don't see a request for copper plates, but is there a train picking up copper plates? There is. Where's your next destination? 19, which is where we are. Okay, so you. Where can I send you that's nice to go to? We don't actually want it to continue on. I also don't want it to come to 19. But I want somewhere where I can put off, drop off the iron copper plates to. Let's go. I know. This one it is. Put it on manual and we'll go and we'll pick them all up ourselves. That should be that fixed. Now that it believes a train has gone on there, off to there, but no train has actually gone there and made it request a new one, a new delivery. So hopefully there's not too much stuff in the train. Okay, we got another load after this. There we go. So with that, we can actually put this train back on automatic. There we go. A few more trees destroyed. And we should actually start some research sometime, but I just don't think there's any research that's useful for us right now. There's a bunch that need blue science, but we're not up to blue science yet. So maybe extra damage from turrets. We actually do need our car because it's full of what we're offloading, so there we go. And there we go. All our iron plates are done. Okay. Where are our trains? Let's turn off the names of stops. So we've got 2 trains here. Do we actually have... Yep, so we can drop off all of those things. What can we pick up? Copper plates and coal, both of which are not needed. Why can't we pick up iron ore? We should be able to pick up iron ore. That looks like there is plenty. So, yeah, we definitely will need some. Okay, let's go to our iron ore mine. Let's see if we can figure out what's going on there. Now, I mentioned a few episodes ago that I've got a program that I'm writing, and I hoped it would be ready. Let me just think what day this video is actually going up. This is Friday? Yeah. I hoped it would be ready tomorrow. It doesn't look like it will be. I think it'll be, I'll need to spend some time on Saturday doing it, which means that it will probably be up with maybe Tuesday's video. Did some more work on it, and it's going well, but it's just not ready yet. Okay. Reads that, gets that, turns it to T. I mean, that should be fine. I mean, T will be a higher number though. Let's just try. That looks like it's in a request, so... That does look like it's in a request. Is it not connected in? Is it connected to the wrong line? No, okay, it's at least connected to the correct line, I think. Let's put on the circuit. Here. Okay. 89 is the last 2 digits. That is not the right thing. It should be 70 on the green. Which doesn't look to be either of these. Okay, that's... Well, that's an issue. That is not an issue I expected. It's probably from last episode when we were doing all the work with the circuits in the bay over there. I must have accidentally deconstructed a very important pole, so let's go and put it back. Okay, well, our gun damage is completed. Now with that probably means that all 3 of our mines haven't been able to send off their requests. if they've had them. So let's go and fix them all up. They've all been able to send our trains through because the second line wasn't damaged, but the first one was. So, send that request off. We'll check which ones we have. Okay, we've already got coal on 960. Yeah, that makes sense. Looks like our iron ore trains are already here. And our copper ore train will be here in a second once we've set this up. Where does it go to? It's over here. There we go. That looks like it's sent off. And this train is hopefully on the way to our copper mine, and it is. Okay, so our mines are back up and running. Let's see what else we have to fix up to get green science done. Oh yeah, so all our mines can actually only take one train at a time at the moment, which means they're a massive bottleneck. And generally, we don't need to pick up ores too often, but that is an issue. Don't think... Yeah, this is an under Roboport range, so I couldn't just lay a track and get drones to construct it. Put that on the list of things to do. We might just do it now because there's not too much more we need to do. What is this train doing? It's meant to pick up in the last two cars and then go to station 21. You set to... Yeah, that's not what you should have. You should have inactivity. That should be and. That should be deleted. Let's save that. Make sure it went through. Yep. Now I'm going to have to figure out how we get inserters not to go over the track like these two are right now. Because if a train comes, these two will put stuff into the train even though it doesn't need it. Which is so annoying when they're set to enabled condition, but they still deposit stuff even if they're not enabled at the moment. Gonna have to figure out how we get past that, because that's just going to put stuff where it shouldn't belong. But while that is an annoyance, here we have our green circuits finally being made. Okay. Green circuits are made. What else needs to be done? Let's see. Turn off that. This needs gears, plates, and circuits. It believes... Okay, so it knows it's short on them all. That would normally indicate that it's not requested anything yet. Okay, but this is a pulse generator, and the pulse generator is an arm. Thinks that it's still high. Okay, what we can do, just disconnect and reconnect, and that should send the request and have it. Yep. Are there two different places that need circuits? No, so the circuit request must have already actually gone off. Okay, we will clear that second circuit request because it's not actually needed. And we don't want two requests for one station because then we'll get the issue we had with our copper plates, where one train kept coming even though it wasn't needed. Now, if I'm very lucky, do it like that. There we go. Cool, another train's on its way out. Don't know where to. Furnace unloader. Like iron. Filling up the first two cars, and it should be correctly set up. Yep, so if we look, you can see that the iron plates have been deposited into these two cargo wagons even though they're not needed. What I could do, this would be very dodgy, is I could count how many plates I've loaded in, and once I believe I've loaded enough, so not to full, but to say like 90%, I turn the inserters off. And that means that even if they do swing around one extra time, they'll just put it in because there's still space, as opposed to now where they swing around at the end when it's already full and they can't deposit it anywhere. That could be a solution. And I think it's potentially the best one given what we have access to. Okay, looks like another coal ore train is on its way, which is interesting because we've actually got a train unloading coal ore here. This is on the old circuit where even if a train's there, once a train arrives, that's when it resets, instead of the current circuit, which is when a train leaves is when it resets. Hopefully it's not got too much more. I call it coal, I meant copper. Okay, well I think everything is set up as it needs to be, which means that all we have to do now is just wait for everything to be produced and we will have our green science. So I will be back when we have green science being produced. And we're back. So it's been about an hour actually. I'm going to have to end this episode very soon because I've actually run out of time to record. But after fixing up all our signals and fixing up our memory banks to actually only hold what we need and to hold what we need, everything's been running fairly smoothly for the last 40 minutes. The biggest issue I can see is that our iron gear factory was making red science packs because I had copied the blueprint from down here over it, the top of it, and so it was making red science instead of iron gears, which means it wasn't on for a bit. And now that it is on, all these chests are filled with, say, 2,000 gears, while these ones are all empty and are the ones that are actually used to deliver the gears to our transport belt production facility, which you can see is waiting for gears to continue working. But outside of that, our copper cables work fine. They go down to our circuits, which seem to be out of it, but they'll get a new delivery fairly soon. We've got almost 7,000 circuits made. We don't have any inserters made yet, or green science, because we don't have inserters, and we have 20,000 transport belts. I believe it has a 24,000. Yep, is how many it wants. So that'll be done very soon. which would be half of our green science packs. Otherwise, our red science packs, and now we've done the spaghetti to get them up to our science bays. We've turned off, so our green and red science facilities here I no longer have inserters inserting into them. So they're turned off, essentially. And our green science, when it does arrive, it can go on this line up to our science facility. So I believe that is it. I'll expect that between the episodes I'll let it run for a bit more till we actually get to getting some green science. Otherwise, this is Jack B1024 signing off. Have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.